it's $1 or comment below or anything like that. Here is an example of a post where I had just organized our snacks. Like I mentioned, I'm doing R3 and I'm obsessed with my results. So making it simple, I went through and I put all of this in that tiered tray. And I didn't mention anything about R3 on it or about Melaleuca. I just said, organization brings me joy. Those are the simple things you want to do. This is my daughter's Pottery Barn table that had a stain on it from a slushie. And I wanted to talk about how Solumel saved me. I don't know how I mommed for 7 years without it. Those are the type of things that I go through and share intermixed with my everyday life. So I am not a walking, talking sales ad. I am an average mom on Facebook that shares what works. Whether I got it from Amazon or from here, it never comes across as salesy. How many of you have ever looked at stories before and what that is? I know that may be a very new concept for some of you. I want to encourage you to open your mind to it today. If you're sitting there thinking, this is going to be too difficult. I understand. As a former teacher, when they started making us enter our lesson plans digitally, it completely freaked me out. It took me a while to buy into it. It took me a long time to buy into being willing to do stories because it did overwhelm me. I want you to know it is not that difficult. It is manageable for you to be able to do. I'm going to step by step walk through how to add to your story and then give you some examples of the stories that I personally have done. Just a couple examples to make it easier. That way you can see it. So when you are on Facebook or Instagram, either one, this is what a story would look like. I put an example of my daughter's outfit. I didn't say that it was a wrinkle spray or anything like that, and I just said fall in Texas. And you can notice the ruffles went from no longer being there to like no wrinkles to made it look better. Here is an example of R3. I'm using R3. I've lost 10 pounds. I'm obsessed with Susan's plan. It's so good. And I just put, I love R3. What's so important about this, you guys, is I didn't say who wants to join R3. I did no call to action. I didn't need to. It's so much more important what you don't say than what you do. It's going to lend itself that people are going to ask, what is R3? Just because of that post saying, I love R3. This is my favorite makeup ever. I have converted all of my makeup bag. I absolutely love Sabella, so I was able to go through and share exactly what that looks like in my home. Again, not needing a call to action, just saying how much I'm loving this makeup. So how many of you don't know how to create a story? Let's go through it together and talk about what that would look like for you. If you're on Facebook, at the top, you'll see your profile photo on that left side, and you're going to see a plus sign. Create a story. You're going to click that first. It's going to bring up your most recent photos that are in your phone. Notice it says camera roll on that left side. So if you want to go to an album that you've specifically created photos, you can go to that. So you're going to click that photo, and it will bring it up into a story. So here's an example. I grabbed one that was my weight loss over the last 4 weeks and put it there. Some people don't know how you add things to it. So on that top right, there's a smiley face with a square and it says stickers. You click that. You can even have fun and add stuff to it. So here's an example of a way that I use stories to build my business for approaches. Once you add a story, it's going to be viewable for 24 hours only, and it goes away. Curiosity kills the cat, you guys. People want to know what is in that story because it's going to go away. I will do videos of my children that I didn't put on my page. I'll do sneak peeks of what my Christmas decor is. And then I put Melaleuca in there. So make sure you don't fall into that trap of only sharing Melaleuca. You're going to want to do both. Now, what I do is that bottom left number for me on this one, it was 321 viewers. That means 321 people viewed this story. I can swipe it up and it is going to show me exactly who has viewed that story. What if there's names on there that you guys haven't seen on Facebook in 3 years? And you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I have seen her. I need to add her to my contact list. You're going to add her name to your contact list. And then from there, you're going to go through and you're going to start engaging with her. You're going to respond to her own stories. You're going to authentically comment on her posts. You may message her about nothing related to Melaleuca and just say something like, oh my gosh, Chelsea, Facebook has taken you out of my algorithm for 3 years. I didn't even realize you were still on here. How are you? Those type of conversations are what your goal is to have, because relationships when you're building on social media are going to be so important. So for this tool of your business, I want you to focus on authentic engagement and really wanting to help people, really wanting to have that personal touch with them. So that little bottom part that shows the viewers is where you're going to be able to add to your content